morning,
Good
sir.
morning, Evan. How are you?
Oh, doing good. Doing good. I'm trying to get everything situated here and get your mic working. It looks like it is.
Yeah, it's different. It's going to be nice when you get finished with it.
It will. The walls, of course, will have foam and soundproofing on them, and that's gonna be a little while. We want to wait, get everything moved in, get all the wires where they're going to be, and then cover the walls up. So that'll be changing.
Yeah.
Well, got a lot of things to talk about. I guess first of all, we'll talk about the sinkhole that's out in the Davis community on Sand Mountain.
Yeah, we got a call there about that. I don't know, day before yesterday evening, and evidently the water line, had been leaking there, and for a while, it's pretty serious, and states, they're taking care of it because that's a state highway, and it's but things like that happen. It's no telling how long that had been leaking a little bit, and then finally, when it came loose, water, especially pressurized, is pretty powerful, and it don't take long to do some damage. So I'm just thankful there wasn't, an accident or anything, because we had one time a few years ago, we had a county road out on Sand Mountain there.
Oh, I remember that.
And we had a vehicle actually run over and T-bone in up, in it there, and it can be dangerous, especially people that's used to traveling the road all their lives, and then come up, and especially at night, and you run up on something like that, you don't even realize it. It's just dangerous.
Absolutely. Any word of how long the state may take to get this done?
I'm waiting on a call back from them, but they'll have it, passable and probably finished up by the evening. I mean, that's what the last word I had. So, it's not going to be down for days or anything like that. Cause, you can't hardly do you have to prioritize something like that, because it is that's a state route, main route. And it's not like a road that you've got a lot of access or a runaround. That's a main artery. A lot of people travel it. A lot of people. Traffic from Alabama, we get a lot of work traffic morning and evening. And we have some county roads like that. We have Wells Road. It's amazing. People don't realize it. That don't live out there. But Wells Road, Hell's Gap, that is a main artery for a lot of people working in Chattanooga every morning and every evening. And that's in fact, we did a traffic count on Hell's Gap there one time, and been several years ago, and it was kind of the majority of the cars. Actually, the state had some people come up, and they did this kind of a monitor thing, and because we had applied, for help on it, and the majority of the cars that actually travel that is Alabama cars. They're 39 and 28 Alabama cars, and it's mainly in those 2 to 3 hours of the morning and 2 or 3 hours in the evening is when they get off the interstate. Instead of coming to Trenton, they go up that way to go home, and which makes sense, and even people at Bryant, they come off, get up, and go up that way. Yeah.
Well, a lot of them, what we commonly call Wells Road, the shortcut road.
Oh yeah, that's true.
If you've been around,
and all of our lives, that's what it was called, and which it was. I mean, it's what it is. You cut through there, and that road's been there, like a lot of our roads, since the wagon days. It was an old dirt road, and for years and years, and then absorbed by the county, and it's what it is. It saves people a lot of time. And can you imagine what people did up there and before we built Hell's Gap, before Dan Holland built that, and before they built Burkhalter Gap? Look how far people had to travel around just to get to, to pay their taxes or buy groceries.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
You got a public hearing coming up today.
We got two. We have a public hearing, and we'll have. This is something we've done for several years. We have a public hearing there at 5, and then we'll go right into our meeting at 5:30, and on the agenda it will be to accept the millage rate. Which it's we're keeping it. It'll be to maintain the millage rate the same at 8. Not going up on a millage rate.
It kind of explained over the last couple of weeks. If your home if the appraisal did not change, you didn't have anything done, and everything stayed the same, and there was some homes that were like that. At the millage rate, you either pay the same or a little less on your taxes if you did not have improvements or your appraisal didn't go up.
Well, most people's appraisals went up. There's some that didn't, and even the ones that the appraisals went up, the way the numbers are falling right now, and we did a comparison on several houses. I mean, several just randomly, and those taxes, if they go up at all, it's going to be just in just a few dollars. But a lot of them are staying the same, or some of them are going down, and that comes from some of the aid that the state and the government, that was given, and so it's next year though we got all this year we're going to we've got to really things keep going up. I mean, fuel, it fluctuates up and down, and our food to feed our prisoners, jail costs so much to run a jail, and just the sheriff's department. That's where your high numbers at, and the sheriff he's conservative, and Joe that actually runs the jail over there, they are. But we've got we're working as we always try to make ends meet and as lightly as we can as far as the money we spend, and it's that way in every department. And this year we're looking at possibly some things that we can change. Where next year I'd like to see us maybe lower the millage rate a meal even, and that's got a lot to do with not only the economy, but there's a lot of things at play. We've got some new prospects possibly might happen in the county, some businesses that may come in, and that's you can't. If we had to depend on property taxes to run this county, there's no way in this world. There's no way.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
No way in this world.
Commissioner, a lot of folks think that the property taxes is what runs the county, but it's really only about a third.
A third.
Or a little less.
A little less than a third of actually what I pay on my property tax, and you and that actually operates the county, and that when I say that, I'm talking about we're operating the jail and also the sheriff's department, all roads, bridges, our senior transportation, all that. Now the school, that's not counting the schools separately, and we've said this many times, and I'm proud of our schools because we got some really great schools. But they're about 70% of your taxes that you pay. If you look down there at the bottom, that's school taxes, and that's big, that's a big thing. But what I'm talking about is what we have come through our office to actually divide out and actually make this county run. And it's a challenge every year, with things just like it is at home. I mean, look at your groceries. I mean, look at what a box of potatoes, a box of cornflakes costs, and a gallon of milk compared to what it was 10 years ago.
Right.
So it's just it's real close to the same, but it's on a larger scale. It really is. So.
That public hearing is going to be at 5:30. The adoption of the millage rate will be then at 6 tonight in a special call meeting. And of course, the public's always invited.
Always, yeah. We've already had, of course, 2. This will be our third. You have to have 3. And how much time we got? I don't know.
About 45 seconds.
Well, I mean, we've mentioned this here too. The actual advertisement in the paper for people that's just now picking up on this says that we're going up on taxes. Well, what that means is we're collecting more than we did last year on taxes, not from your millage rate now, because we're keeping that the same. But that is a growth, I mean, it's something we don't control, and we don't control that, and so but you have to advertise it that way. So that's what that's all about, and we have to have 3 public hearings, just like we're going through, and went through this for about 4 years, I think. So.
What's your telephone number in case somebody wants to give you a call?
Yeah, just call if you want to come by and talk to me at the office. I'm there. But my cell number is 423-667-8999, and as those of you know, I do call you back or answer my phone. So just call me, and we'll try to answer any questions. We won't try. We will answer any questions you can. I'll get you an answer. So. Appreciate everyone. I know we're out of time, but I appreciate everyone working with us and supporting us. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Dade County Executive Ted Rumley. It's the top of the hour. We'll join Fox News in progress. WKW in Trenton. Oh, sorry.
No.